Okay, I wanted to talk about my hands. I noticed that it heals wounds.
It does? It feels good?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I showed him my hand. This is my hand.
Yeah. Look at how white they are. Snow White.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. It'll work just fine. So, yeah. It's just temporary because I have tomorrow morning
Uh-huh.
from my other lab to pick up something different.
Right.
See tomorrow. For just here while I'm building that over there, so we can just push product while I'm building that. Because if I can do 5 gallons a day, that's good enough,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
At $276 a
Mm-hmm.
gallon. Yeah. So check this out.
Okay.
Temperature. Temperature of steam is supposed to be 200 degrees, 212 degrees, but we're doing steam at 150 degrees. Right.
Right.
Exactly. And when I condensed this one today,
Uh-huh.
on that hot plate, it was over 1100 degrees and the water barely boiled.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly. Watch this.
Okay.
Okay. Room temperature.
Right.
Room temperature.
Uh-huh.
That's the definition of superconductivity. Okay?
Oh, okay.
This has been going like this for 24 hours.
Uh-huh.
And
That's interesting.
it's when we started,
Uh-huh.
it was hot here and room temperature here.
Right.
Okay, when it gets to room temperature, when it gets to this degrees, all the way down,
Right.
look out,
Yeah.
right? So that's, like we did the earlier videos, is a tribute to a gentleman named Edmond Storms. Edmond Storms, Los Alamos Labs, government labs,
Right.
invited me to his private laboratory, and we talked about cold fusion. Okay? And his crack theory. Well, I sent him my electrodes validating Edmond Storms' crack theory. Okay?
Okay.
Solidifying his book. I edited his book. It had it on my shelf, and it was stolen by Scott Wingrove, a drug addict, thrown out in the trash. Okay? That's fine. Here you go, sir. Editing your book. Okay? So, in a crack is what they saw cold fusion, but they didn't know what the hell was going on. Okay?
Right.
We take carbon, which is a round ball, convert it to graphene in the pocket of the metal. So now the graphene rotates like a revolving door to a hotel, and the electrons can zing down the center of the wire. Well,
Right.
during the cold fusion, because it's electromagnetism and the flyback principle of 7/10 of a second, or a second and a half, half of that is 0.5 of a second, and only 10 degrees over ambient temperature for a reason. We'll talk about absorption momentarily, but that 7/10 of a second, they saw the snap, right? And they saw a couple of things: sound, infrared, and a crack.
Right.
Why is my electrode 70, 80, 70 degrees? And I can guarantee you, you cannot touch that. Because here's the temperature of the electrode. Okay, I'm gonna pop these, turn this on, and now look. This is the temperature of the electrode. (170°F). Okay? You can't touch that, but watch this. It says 78 degrees because it's bouncing back infrared up here, Edmond Storms. Not down here, sir. Up here. Okay? The water is that when you come up with the infrared on the water, it's 200, it says 150 in the water, but right at the electrode, okay, it says 200 degrees, okay, right at the electrode, but that electrode is cherry red hot.
Yes.
Okay, so because we're done for today, watch this. Okay. Normally, I can grab it with my hands, but it's too hot right now.
Okay.
Watch this. Look at that, Edmond Storms. Cherry red hot. However, 200 degrees? Excuse me? It's a little hotter than 200 degrees. You understand? Okay?
Yeah.
That's a minimum 450. Okay? So that's why we do a heat soak. So that's what you guys missed. You all missed it. Okay? Because you could only study it for 0.7 of a second. I told you 2006. Boring. Okay? For a reason, sir. Because BlackRock Incorporated, just the largest asset manager in the world, on 10 days, dude, after my call on BlackRock Financial, second persona, 10 days after I loaded the superconductive videos, Lawrence D. Fink divested from fossil fuels. The market is ready, sir. Okay? That's why. That's why I've been quiet. Okay? Market. Now, the EV market is a heart. We'll take care of that. We're not going to extort the coronavirus market. Okay? But our product, Pure E, is priced on the price of rhodium for a reason. Because rhodium has an elliptic shell in its outside electron orbit. The only element known to man to do that. Biogem. Me fusing the heaviest and lightest element together, gold and graphene. Monoatomic gold and graphene. You guys can't do it in a Haydn collider, okay? Or an ITAR donut skateboard park. Do it less energy than your cell phone takes to charge. You understand? Edmond Storms. That's fusion. That's why you're on the patent, okay, with royalties. So, rhodium, elemental, heavy hydrogen, pure E, outside elliptic orbit, by weight index mass density. I own that calculation. Okay? That's the price. Whether you take it or leave it. Final. check something out.
Okay.
So I showed you these earlier, Edmond's terms and proton spin technology. Distillation pot, so we can bring up the potential. It's dirty, but they can be cleaned to food safe. No problem. Easy. It's just carbon in there. Not a big deal. Okay. Then adsorption cycle, sir. Adsorption cycle. Purification. Batching. Okay. So we can batch minimum 100 gallons a day. Okay. Processing tight, bring it down so that we can have pharmaceutical grade lab water. That's it. No equipment, just lab water. Because if this pandemic moves as fast as it needs to move, right? Because it's man-made. It was when a electrochemist screws around, doesn't know what they're doing, right? And takes a biological and plays around with electricity, and then it gets out in electromagnetism, it goes. It's a breakout, okay? Man-made. Because they don't know what they're doing. Let's go over it again. DeGrasse Tyson, 2019 quote. The challenge in life is to know enough to engage, but not to know enough when you're wrong. Those are his hands. Okay? Here's your tort. There's a video before it even hit United States. I was tuning that frequency, okay, for this. I'll unlock the video now, okay? I just said I needed a moment. Less than 30 days. So we'll see. We're headed to the lab tomorrow on a PO from the FDA. Okay? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome.